All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Circle Collective. Um, and today we have a very special episode. Just falling on the floor and John. Today we have a very special episode with Laurie and her new premiere cooking show.
Just me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, we already got a hello from Tamani,
Hi.
Juliet. What's up,
Hi.
Denard? What's up, D? And Laurie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Hi, you guys. So I'm super excited. Today we are going to make a tofu quinoa bowl. But before we start, I don't know if you guys got the list of foods that you do need for this because I don't want to be making it by myself. I want you guys to make it with me. But I wanted to play an icebreaker game before we start. So I'm going to ask you guys a
Ooh.
few questions. All I want you to do is to just simply write in the comment box your answers. All right.
Wait, Laura,
So
we
the
gotta
very
before we go. This is just something that I'm doing. This. I'm sorry. I took it
okay.
too far, too fast. I would like to
Okay.
take a moment to share this on our social medias real quick. I haven't shared it on
Okay.
my Facebook yet, so I'm gonna do that really quick
Okay.
just to give people a chance to jump in if they
No
haven't already.
problem. I know some are watching via YouTube. So if you're watching via YouTube, hello.
Yes, for all of our YouTubers, what's up? Let's see. All right, cool. And just to let you know, Laura, there is a 10-second delay on live streams in general. So,
Okay. Alrighty.
all right, there
No
we go.
problem.
I shared it.
All
Let's go.
right. Okay, so the first question is what is the worst food you've ever eaten? Now, what's the worst food you've ever had? What's the worst food? I want you guys to go ahead and comment below. As you think about your worst food that you've ever had, I want you to think about your favorite grocery list. Just give me like your top 3 of the favorite things that if you're going to the supermarket, you have to have. All right. So go ahead and comment below as you guys are thinking about it. I'm going to set up my station here. I want you to go ahead and as you think of your answer, go ahead and grab your food as well. Grab your quinoa, go ahead and grab your tofu and everything that you'll need for our quinoa bowl.
What's the worst food you've ever eaten, and what else?
And what's the top 3 things that you have to get whenever you go to the grocery store?
Okay.
All right, so I'll tell you guys mine, and then hopefully this quinoa bowl will not be the worst food you've ever had. So I'm gonna tell you mine, and then you guys are gonna tell me your top 3 stuff, and I'll tell you my top 3 stuff that I get when I go to the grocery store. I'll be back. I'm gonna grab the tofu and everything else.
So, for those of you just coming in, right now we are looking at the worst food you've ever eaten and the top 3 things you get from the grocery store. You just have to get from the grocery store. Lori's getting things in. We got a comment here. We got fajitas. Rob, is that an apple? Apple made it with
Fajitas
shrimp.
at oh maybe at Applebee's. Fajitas at Applebee's, and they made it with shrimp.
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
geez. I'm glad you understood that,
I've
boy.
never had shrimp, not a shrimp eater, so I can only imagine.
That's good.
That's good. For me, the worst thing I've ever eaten, man, it would probably have to be when I studied abroad and we went to Morocco. Whatever we had, I mean, the food was delicious, but whatever we had, we all were sick at that. Like, we were all sick, throwing up and doing number 2. So I would have to say that was probably the worst for me because we were all sick afterwards. So that's the worst for me. Sorry
Geez.
if that's disgusting, Albert.
You
Before
know,
we
it's so
went.
crazy though. Apparently, D said he was sick for a month too, so it's the worst when you're sick.
Right, right. It really is. It really is. It really is. And what you guys is, let's get some more answers. Who else is on? Go ahead and share your answers with us. And then as you share your answers, I want you guys to think about the second question, top 3 things you get from the grocery store. What do you have to get every time you go? I'll share
Tofu.
mine. What about you, Daph? What's the worst thing you've ever?
All right, so I had someone give me some salmon. This is the worst things, right? And I only said worst things that happened to me because y'all reminded me. But she gave me some salmon, and I was so happy. And the salmon tasted good, but it was a little funny. And I had just started a new job, so I had to go to work anyways. And I ended up just puking on like not even in a proper place. Like I just like barely walked off the floor into like a storage closet, and I just puked.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did you get fired
Sorry.
afterwards?
Oh, did we
Or
lose you?
wait, you lost me? I'm still here.
Did we lose
Can you
me?
hear me? I can still see you. I still see you.
It looks like we might have lost Laurie for a little bit. She is still on. I don't have her in my stream at all. Let's see. All right, let me give Laurie a call right now and see what's going on with her. I don't know. Oh, that was actually her phone. I probably shouldn't call her phone, but whatever. Oh, you can see her face still? Okay, all right. She said she's experiencing the things that you guys experiencing, but she's disconnecting and connecting back on. While we're doing that, I just want to give you guys a look at what Laurie will actually be making. Oh, here she is. She's coming back in. I don't see her fully, but I'll give you guys a little look at what we'll be looking at here. This is a snippet of the finished product. So yeah, and as soon as Laura gets back in, but still drop us in to let us know what you that question that you see running down, the top 3 things you get from the grocery store, and also as well, what's the worst food you've ever eaten? Laurie can hear us, but we cannot see her.
Can you see me?
Let us know
Can
in the
you hear
chat if you
me?
can see Laurie, guys. Yes, they can see Laurie. All right, Laurie, I can't really see you on my stream, but they can see you. So,
Can you see me?
can you speak, Laurie? Can you guys hear Laurie? Okay, we're switching. We're switching cameras here. All right, Laurie, we're gonna do an audible here. I think we're gonna have to get you on.
Okay. We're back. Are we back?
Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. Hello?
Can we do it with your a laptop? She's calling me. Yes. I see you on the stream. I'm gonna send you a new invite real quick, okay? All right. It might be my internet. Who knows? Okay, it could be my internet. Welcome to the world of internet issues. All right, guys, just give us a moment while we get Laurie back up. Laurie, in the meantime, I'm going to encourage us to read the ingredients as I get this thing here. And you can share the ingredient list through the through your other camera, Laurie, and everyone should be able to hear you. No? Okay. That's fine. Here is a ingredient list for you guys. It's a good list for people who can see, for people who can't see. Take a gander at that. Yes, ma'am. You are so you are still off right now. I'm trying to send you another invite right now. No. I don't have to log off. I'm just dealing with the computer as it. Guys, I have Laurie on the line. All right, for guys who are just tuning in, we're actually having Laurie connect in right now. And right now, we also have the ingredient list up for you guys. Welcome back, Laurie.
All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry. Okay. So I guess we're ready to start. Did anybody else say what they don't like to eat? I'm sorry, I can't see the comments because it's on the comments are showing up on
I
my
got you with
laptop.
the comments.
All right. Okay, perfect. So first off, let's just get started. Okay. So I have my organic tofu extra firm. So we're going to use that today. All right. Does everyone have their tofu? Can I get started now or should I wait a little bit for everyone?
I think everybody had enough time. You can go ahead and get it crack-a-lacking.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Let me fix this right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up our tofu. All right. So the thing about tofu is, as you can see, it holds a lot of liquid. All right. So what we're gonna do, I hope you guys can see this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some paper towels and we are going to push the water out, the liquid out. All right. So we're gonna start with our tofu first because our tofu takes time to bake. All right. And we're gonna bake our tofu today. And then we're gonna do a vinaigrette for the tofu. So let's do this again. As you can see, the water is like completely drenched, all right? Because there's just so much water in this. All right, we're gonna flip it. All right, perfect. The shape that I want you guys to cut your tofu, well, you can cut it whatever shape you want, but we're going to cut it into cubes, all right? So we're just gonna cut it into cubes. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm a lefty, so hopefully that's not hindering you guys from seeing. All right, so I cut it in half and then I cut it. All right, and then I'm gonna cut it again so that I can get like just little cube pieces. And if some of them break, it's okay. It's fine. Daph, I don't know if you can show them the end result, the other pic. So you kind of want it to look like that, all right? You want your tofu to look like that. We're going to make the entire batch, but you don't have to make the entire batch if you don't want to, okay? All right, so that's what our end result is going to look like when we're done with everything. All right, Daph, I think you can just show me if that's better, if they can, I don't know, it's up to you. All right. Okay, so we have our tofu cut into cubes. Does anyone need extra time to cut their tofu into cubes? So I have mine, as you can see. All right. Now, this is how we are going to season our tofu. The thing about tofu is sometimes tofu tastes, well, not sometimes, tofu tastes really bland, all right? So you want to make sure that your seasoning for it is really good, just so that it can have taste at the end. So this is what we're going to do. Let's grab a bowl. Let's grab a bowl so we can make our seasoning for our tofu. I'm going to grab a bowl. All right. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to grab my other phone because I'm on like 3 different phones. All right, you guys, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so all right, so everyone should have their tofu cut up. All right, so this is what we're gonna do so we can make our seasoning for our tofu. All right, so go ahead and grab a lemon. I know I did put lemon, so we're gonna squeeze a lemon into a bowl. If you have one of these, it's perfect to squeeze your lemon. So let's go ahead. In the meantime, as we're doing this, make sure you turn on your stove and let's put it at 400 degrees, okay? It's gonna take an hour to cook. So I'm gonna show you guys the entire process, and then you guys will see, well, you can see it with the bowl. You can see how it looks in the end, all right? So just go ahead. We're gonna squeeze our lemon. We want the lemon juice. So we're going to squeeze 1 whole lemon, and this entire lemon will make our entire batch of tofu. If you guys have questions while I'm doing this, please just put them in. Daph will let me know what the questions are since I can't see it. Okay, so did everyone get a chance to squeeze their lemon? Okay, perfect. So now give me 1 second because I'm using my husband's phone to read what I wrote down and it's locked. Give me a second. What's the password? 8312. Okay. All right. I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all.
Why is your husband hiding? Where's your husband hiding? What is he doing hiding?
Oh, he's not hiding. He's
was doing something else.
Aren't you recently married? Can we please enjoy your husband for a moment?
Okay, let's see my husband. Hey, babe. They want to say hi to the. Say hi. All right. So let's go back.
All right, I'm dropping out. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so perfect. So in that lemon, what we're gonna add is we are going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can put whatever oil you have. All right, any cooking oil. So 3 tablespoons. So I have my tablespoons right here, and we are going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we are going to add one second. All right, so 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and then we are going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. So 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Let me grab my sea salt. So we're gonna add 1/4. And then I'll have this for you guys in the end if you want to do it. For those of you who didn't get the chance to shop around, it's fine. I'll have it for you. Daff or Denard can post it on the Circle Church app or Facebook page. Okay. So then we are going to do 3 so we have our lemon. We have 1 lemon. We have 3 tablespoons of olive oil or whatever oil you have. And then now we are going to put 1/4 of sea salt, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Okay. And now I love cooking with ginger. Okay. I'm really, really big on like roots or herbs and etc. that are high on antioxidants or that are anti-inflammatory or high with minerals and vitamins and etc. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we are going to add some ginger. Okay, so if you don't, I know usually people don't cook with, well, Jamaicans cook a lot with ginger. I know Haitians don't really cook with ginger. We make a lot of ginger tea, but cooking with ginger will literally just change your life. So, all right. So we added 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, and we're going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger. All right. Okay. And then next we are going to add some cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. If you don't like cayenne pepper, you don't have to. If you don't like anything spicy, you don't have to add cayenne pepper. But the cayenne pepper gives it like an extra kick. So I love adding cayenne pepper. Okay, so we are going to add cayenne pepper. Does anyone have any questions so far? Please feel free to ask me questions. All right, so we have 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Okay, and then next we are going to add some cloves. I don't know if you guys ever cook with clove. Oftentimes Haitians will put it in their rice, like they'll either poke it in, well, some Haitians, but you can poke it in celery and cook with cloves is jiwa for those of you who are Haitian. So I love adding cloves. Cloves is actually, it has more anti-inflammatory properties than turmeric, so it's really, really good. It's like the best. So I'm gonna add less than 1/4, okay, of a teaspoon of cloves, just a little bit, because it's really, really strong. Have you guys ever had Haitian rice and you just ate one of these cloves? If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. It's really, really strong. Give me a second. All right. So we're gonna add just a little bit, a tad bit, not too much. See, I'm not adding a lot. Less than that 1/4, okay? Because it's really strong. Okay, so far we have our sea salt, we have our cayenne pepper, we have ginger, and we have cloves, and we are going to add one more thing.
So for those of you who don't know, I make épices. Épices is basically blended herbs that Haitians cook with. I use mine. You can use it as a dressing or you can cook with it. It's basically sofrito if you're Hispanic. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of that. But if you don't have that, it's okay. You don't have to, necessarily put that. Okay. I just love flavor and I love herbs, so I'm just gonna add 1 tablespoon of that. So I want you guys to see what I have so far here. So I want you guys to see all that I have in there. I don't know if you guys could see it. All right, perfect. And we're gonna blend it not blend it, but we're gonna stir it in the end. And then we are adding just one more thing. Give me just 1 second. I gotta unlock his phone. I'm sorry if that's not how live usually go. I'm a little bit unprepared. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So we added our sea salt. We added our olive oil. We added our clove. And then last but not least, we are going to add turmeric. The good thing about my épices, can we order some? Yes, you guys can order some épices from me. Just please contact me. You can either email me lfarreau@gmail, lfarreau@gmail, or just contact me on Facebook. I have 3 flavors. This one is the general épice, the general green épice. All the greens that you can think of is in this, even cloves. Like, it's really, really delicious. I also have a creamy turmeric with a kick. That one is really good as well. And then I have a creamy green. So you can literally get whichever you want, or you can get all 3 and try all 3. All right. So last but not least, we are going to add turmeric. Give me 1 second. Okay, I got it. All right, so we're going to add turmeric, and we are also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. So far, everything was just 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right. So last but not least, I love turmeric. I cook with turmeric all the time. I just want you guys to see how beautiful all of this looks, and I am going to stir it. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me switch the camera. Oops. Let me switch the camera so you guys can see it. All right. So now we are going to stir everything. All right. So we have the turmeric, we have the cloves, we have ginger, we have my épice. If you don't have épice, please don't worry. You can still do it without épice. All right. And then we also have cayenne pepper, we have sea salt, and olive oil.
All right, so I had to jump in, Laurie, to ask you this question. So we've added all this ingredients. What is this ingredient? What is in this bowl for? What is this for?
This is for the tofu that we're making. This
Okay.
is the seasoning for our tofu.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't make it clear, huh? I'm sorry, y'all. This is my first time doing this live. So sorry if I didn't make it clear. But this is for the tofu. The reason why I do it that way is because tofu is super bland. And if you've ever had tofu, like it's whack if you don't add seasoning to it. So that's why I add all these seasoning. Let me just put my hair up real quick.
Yeah, praise God for the seasoning, boy.
This is what we're gonna do, okay? This is what we're gonna do. We are now going to add our tofu into this bowl and just let it marinate, okay? So next step, let me wash my hands because I just touched my hair.
Wash your hands.
Please wash your hands, okay?
Even before you cook, man. Even if it's your own
Yes,
house,
yes.
wash your hands.
I did do it before I cooked. That's why I didn't announce it. But yes, please wash your hands, okay? All right. So, oops, I just touched it again. Sorry. Okay, so we're ready?
You were ready.
Right. So now we are going to take our tofu and then we are going to put it in that marinating sauce. All right. So go ahead and just grab your tofu, put it in there. And now if you don't have a huge bowl, it might not fit all of it. So this is what I love to do. Okay. Right now, your oven should be hot. Okay. You should have already put it on 400 because I did say that in the beginning. All right. So if you didn't, go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and turn on your oven. Make sure it's at 400 degrees. Okay. And then now what we're going to do is grab your whatever platter that you are going to make your tofu. Go ahead and grab it. And the reason why, another thing, the reason why we add oil to this, it's kind of like a vinaigrette seasoning. So when you're making that, you do add oil to it. And we are not going to add oil to the pan because our seasoning sauce or whatever already has oil to it. Okay, so now this is what we're going to do. And you can even taste it, okay? Taste it to see if it's lacking anything. It tastes really good. Really good. It has like a strong lemony flavor to it. But trust me, when you cook it, it's going to be so subtle. Like the flavors won't be as strong because tofu is just, it takes a lot. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put it in there. So you see how it's in there. And now we are going to put it in a platter. Let me show you guys. Give me 1 second. Back. Okay. All right. So you guys see, we're putting the tofu in here, and we're just going to directly put it in to the container that we're going to cook it in. Do you guys have any questions so far? I don't want to feel like I'm cooking by myself. Any questions? Any concerns?
So, Laurie, I know that you mentioned that we can order a piece from you.
Yeah.
And also this is your first time doing a live stream, but I do know that you recently launched a
Yes. A YouTube channel. I forgot about it. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Daph. I'm
yeah.
just so focused on this. But yes, you guys, if you want to see more, I do have my YouTube channel. I have videos up there. You can learn. I literally have vegan foods. I also have Haitian food. I have whatever you want. You can find it on there. Trust me. Or if you can't find it, just let me know and I'll make a video. So yeah, I cook with Haitian flavors, but with my own twist.
I will testify for your cooking and your mom's cooking. It's like A1, like Haitian food is good, but you can't like always trust every Haitian to make that A1 top meal. And some people just take
Right.
another level. And
Right.
Laurie is one of them people, so
Thank
I'm
you,
pretty
man.
sure that it's worth to tune into her cooking show. But we do have a question in here for you. It says, would you consider yourself a traditional cook or do you like to measure everything?
Oh my gosh. I would say traditional. I do not measure oftentimes, but now I do simply because when I'm making like my YouTube videos and stuff like that, and people want to know exactly, what did you put? What are the measurements? So I guess both. It depends on the crowd. For this, I had to literally make this meal and measure everything. So, yeah.
So you make
Great question.
so you like make the meal first and then you do your measurements because like you don't
Yeah.
naturally measure.
No, I'm as I'm making the meal, if I know that I'm going to record it or if I know that I'm doing this live, I will measure as I'm making it. It's like it's a trial and error as I'm making it. And if I feel like, oh, this is probably too strong, then I'll just, do another one and add less.
Makes sense.
So that's how it goes. Yes. Oh my gosh, is there anybody else making this? How's it going for everybody? Thank you, Denard, with the question. Any other questions?
What is your favorite dish to make?
What is my favorite? I love Mediterranean food. So anything with like where I can add feta cheese to it, like this right here would be an ideal favorite meal. Simply because you get to, do whatever you want. So yeah, that would be my favorite. What's your favorite dish, Daph? And Sophie?
Sophie's
Okay.
mad that I posted
As
an unedited comment. It's okay. We understood.
Okay, no problem. As you're thinking about it, I just want to show you guys the tofu. Trust me, the tofu will be so delicious and yummy. All right,
Mhm.
and now what we're gonna do is your oven should have been turned on and it should be ready to go. So we are going to pop these in the oven. All right, and we are going to let it cook for an hour. You'll let it cook for about an hour, and it will marinate in there as it's cooking. Okay, so next we want to we want to prep for our quinoa. Okay, so I want to show you guys as well how the end product of the tofu will look like, how it'll look in the end. Daph, I don't know if you can show them my food, the other camera, but if not, I can also, I'll go on this one too to show you guys. This is how it should look like. If you want it a little bit more brown like this, you can let it stay in there for a little bit longer. The good thing about when you bake it, it literally gets it's firm. Okay, it remains firm. You can fry it too, but sometimes it breaks when you fry it, or you can bake it and then kind of just pan sear it on on a pan or whatever. But this is like, it's firm and it's just perfect. It tastes really, really good. Really good. So can't wait for you guys to try one of these. And oh my gosh, I made some avocado dressing. Let me tell you something. You can literally take this and put it in the avocado dressing, and it's like so delicious. So good. So good. Okay, so now let's continue. Let's make our quinoa. Has anyone ever made quinoa before? Let me know if you've made quinoa before.
I make quinoa. We actually just recently switched to quinoa in our house because I'm
Oh,
Haitian
nice.
too, and we don't mess with quinoa.
Right.
We eat
It's
that
always
rice.
rice.
Yes. And I was actually recently thinking, and I would actually like to ask you this question, being that fact that you do greatly in Haitian food. How do you feel knowing that like you're making changes to your like health lifestyle that affect the culture that you're cooking from?
How do I feel about it? I feel great about it
Mm,
because when I tell you, it's like oftentimes, like even in the Haitian community, one thing that we don't cook with that I cook with all the time is turmeric. I mean, if you go to Haiti, you're not going to hear people cook with turmeric.
mm,
Haitians that are Americanized here in America, they cook with turmeric because we've learned about turmeric. Turmeric is more so in the Asian culture. So it's like, I feel so blessed and happy when I'm cooking with turmeric because it's such like it's such a strong anti-inflammatory. It has such strong anti-inflammatory properties that even if you have like, let's say if you have it's anti-cancerous. So whatever you're dealing with, like for example, let's say I stood on my feet cooking all day, I'll just take like a turmeric pill, and literally my feet will feel better. It helps with blood clots. It helps with anything that you can think of. So I think it's honestly amazing that we here in America we're introducing that to our culture. If that makes
mm.
sense. So
That's good.
it's
No, that makes
honestly,
sense to me.
I see it as a blessing. So I love it. And this is why I decided to make these jars of health. That's what I call them, although they're ippies, because they all have turmeric except for the creamy green. But my general has everything that Haitians don't usually cook with. It's not your ordinary or it's not your typical Haitian ippies, because I add stuff that we just don't really use, like
Mm.
sage and
Don't
etc.
don't give it all
You
away
know,
now unless you
no,
want to give it all
I'm
away.
not, I'm just letting a little,
Oh,
I'm just saying a little.
okay, okay.
And one thing that we don't cook with either is ground turmeric. Not turmeric, ground cloves. We usually just add cloves to
Hmm.
our rice water when we're boiling it. But yeah, I cook with that too. So it just adds different flavor and it's super strong. And try it out. I ship out of state and everywhere. So yeah, we're ready for our quinoa.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So give me 1 second. Go ahead and grab your celery. I'll just leave this here. Okay, so go ahead and grab your celery and your garlic clove, and we are going to cook with that. Give you guys a different angle here. All right. Okay, so first and foremost, if you have a celery stick, what we're going to do is make sure you wash it, and we are going to clean it. Wash and clean, and we are going to cut it. This is how I cut them. The quinoa is going to take 25 minutes to cook, and the tofu takes an hour to cook. Okay, so it can be firm and just like I showed you guys in the bowl. So that will take about an hour to cook. Okay, so we want to have our celery sticks, okay, and then we want to cut it so that it looks like this. Let me change my camera so that it looks like this, okay? So we just want to cut it and go ahead and cut it so that you have it like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with our garlic cloves, all right? So go ahead and grab your garlic and go ahead and cut it like that as well. And then we are going to use fresh thyme, all right? Okay. So let's get started. So first, let's start off, all right? You can cook it in a small pot if you want, because we're only making 1 cup of quinoa, all right? We're going to make 1 cup of quinoa. So go ahead and measure your quinoa. We're going to make 1 cup of quinoa, and we are going to use 2 cups of water to make our 1 cup of quinoa. So go ahead. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? Are we ready to go? Ready to go? All right, it sounds like it. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so we are going to add just 1 tablespoon of oil into our pan, all right? So 1 tablespoon of oil. I am going to use regular oil and not olive oil. I'm going to use cooking oil. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab it. All right. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of oil. So go ahead and grab your spoon, and we are going to add 1 tablespoon of oil into our pot here. All right. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of oil. Go ahead and make sure your stove is turned on. The reason why I'm only adding 1 tablespoon is because our epice already has some oil, so we don't need much. All right, so 1 tablespoon of oil. Now we are going to make our quinoa. I love adding different things to my quinoa. Sometimes I even add chicken chunks to my quinoa. It really gives it like such a delicious flavor. All right, so we are going to add our celery and our garlic into the pot. So we're gonna let it sizzle a little. Once the celery starts to cook and the garlic starts to cook, what we're going to do is we are going to add 1 spoon of our epice. Again, if you don't have epice, it's okay. You can just cook with dry seasoning, and you can cook with the dry seasonings that I will be putting in it, okay? The one thing I'll say when you're cooking is always try whatever you're making. Even after you add your seasoning to the water and stuff like that, try it. Like, just take a little bit of that, you know, in a spoon, and just try a little bit of it and see if it's flavorful enough for you. If it is, perfect. If you think it needs more, just add more. It's really up to your taste buds. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So we have our oil, and this
Now,
is
Laurie, I don't want
sizzling.
you to miss this question. It is,
Yeah.
what are your favorite cooking shows to watch and why?
Oh my gosh. I watched like Cake Wars. and it's like it's a show from the UK, but it's on Netflix. I can't remember the name. Oh my gosh, what is it called? It's like a competition cake show or whatever. Apart from that, I love watching Chef Ramsay. Sometimes I'll watch his YouTube videos. So that's about it. But to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie and sit here and act like I watch cooking shows. I really don't like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep it honest. I appreciate it.
Occasionally that's what I'll watch, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss this cooking show. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me
Right,
go
right.
and hurry up for it. So that's not me. Yeah. So yeah. Is this working out for everyone? Like, sorry if it's not, everything. Hopefully you guys are still learning something. And if you have questions, like, please ask me, okay? I'm a teacher, so I'll try to be as informative as I can be. All right.
And you're doing a good job. I think I don't see any complaints or anything in the comments, so I think you're good.
Okay, hopefully everyone's cooking. They're busy cooking or something. Okay, so we are going to let our celery and garlic sizzle a little so it can cook. It's still sizzling. How about we do another icebreaker question as this is getting ready? Daph?
You're asking me to ask the icebreaker question?
Yeah, just one more as this is getting ready.
All right,
What
so
do
I
you
do.
prefer? Sweet, salty, sour? What's your favorite?
I
You like
would.
sweets or you like things that are salty or sour?
I would say it's salty because I couldn't mangeon by douce avant mangeon by itself, so that's why.
Okay. Although, you're supposed to have dessert before you have like actual
Oh
food.
my goodness, bro. My brother is like that. I don't understand because you can't fully enjoy the sweetness of your dessert if you take it away with the salt. Don't get me started.
I know. Okay, so salty for me, I love sweets, but I love food too, like regular food. I mean, just food. I love salty, but I love sweets. Like, I'll have a cheesecake over anything. So yeah, or
Okay.
cake, or ice cream, or yeah, all of that. What about you guys in the comment? What do you prefer, salty, sweet, or sour?
We have, what is this? Savory. What does that mean?
Savory for sure. Okay. So, Sophie, go ahead and tell us. Why'd you pick that?
Going to invite you into the whole chat.
Ooh, spicy is good too. I would go with spicy as well. What else?
I don't see anybody else coming in.
Okay.
Can you show us what's happening in this pot over here?
Yes. Okay, so it's sizzling a little bit. Let me turn my camera. Okay, so right here, it's sizzling as you guys can see. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now, all right, I love garlic. Garlic is so good. I love garlic. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take just one huge tablespoon of my piece. 1 second, I can't do both at the same time. Give me a second. All right. Let me turn the camera.
So,
All right. 1 tablespoon, 1 huge tablespoon, and we're gonna add it in there.
while you're adding that as well, Sophie says that she loves, she said she doesn't know why it's always been her preference and that she loves cheese.
Say that one more time. You're like kind of breaking off.
You can read it. I put it on your screen.
Always. Okay. You kind of sound muffled. I don't know what's going on, but okay, Sophie. I got you, Daph. So let me show you guys what's going on.
Okay, it looks like
Can you
the
guys hear
camera's
me?
live. Yes, you're back. You're good.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. My phone was about to die, so I had to like run and I'm sorry. Okay, but anyways, I want to show you guys. I saw that Denard said celery is nasty. It's actually really good. I don't know, but everyone has different taste buds. If you don't like celery, you can literally add peppers. You can add sweet peppers like your yellow, green, orange. You can add your red peppers. You can add any of your peppers. All right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to fill it up with 2 cups of water. So we're going to fill up with 2 cups of water. Let me grab my phone here. 2 cups of water. All right, 2 cups of water. Daph, let me know if my connection is okay.
Yeah,
All right,
you're
so we
good.
have, okay, perfect. So 2 cups of water, and we're gonna put our 2 cups of water in here. And now, quinoa has a strong taste, okay? So it's very important that you also season your water. Even though I added 1 cup of my ippies, the water that we added also diluted our flavors. So we want to make sure that we add just dry seasoning to it. So I'm going to tell you guys what we are going to add right now as we're making this, okay? Okay, so this is what we are going to add. Let me turn my camera. Right, camera. Okay. Okay, so this is what we are going to add. All right, so we are now going to add, we added our 2 cups of water. We are going to add 1/4 of teaspoon of sea salt. Okay, I wrote everything down, you guys. I usually don't, but I did for this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right, of sea salt. So we are going to add that into our water. So I added that into our water. Like I told you guys before, I love ginger, and ginger in your quinoa really changes everything. Okay, so try it. So one
We
fourth.
we have a good question here. Which
Yes,
type
go
of
ahead.
quinoa are you using? Is it black
Oh,
quinoa?
oh my gosh, that's a good question. Give me 1 second. I didn't even show you guys the quinoa yet. So I am using the tricolor.
That tricolor quinoa hit different.
Yes, give me 1 second. I think I threw the bag out because I ran out, and then I had to run and grab some from my mom's. But it's the tricolor, so let me see it. Let me show you. It's that one. So it has like all the different colors. And then the important thing about quinoa is that when you're cooking quinoa, the way that you know that your quinoa is cooked is when the grain of quinoa opens up. So you'll see that, these grains will open up. All right. So yes, thank you, Sophie, for that question.
It was the
Okay,
last
so
question, but you can thank Sophie. I'll take it.
oh, okay. Well, you guys are one, so thanks, Sophie and Daph. All right. So next we are going to add. All right, let me so we added our sea salt, we added our ginger. Okay. So what we are going to add next is, give me a second. This phone keeps locking me out. All right. Okay, so next what we're going to add is we are going to add some pepper, and then we are also going to add some complete seasoning. I love cooking with complete seasoning. This right here, it's so good. Okay, so we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of complete seasoning right here. half a teaspoon of complete seasoning, and we're gonna add it into our water. We're gonna mix everything together in just a second. Okay, and then we are going to also add some pepper. All right, so I'm just gonna grind some pepper on top. Let me show you guys. You okay, Dav?
I'm laughing at the fact that everybody knows the phone's password now.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. Did I
Don't
say
ever get that man phone
out loud?
stolen because we all know it.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. All right, sorry. Okay, so I can't do both, but I'm just gonna put this like right here. Let's see. Can you guys still see it? No. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna grind some pepper on top of this. All right.
All right, go ahead, get your grind in.
Yeah. So let's just do that.
Don't black us out. Like that's so.
Did I changed it to the front. Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. This okay, front and back situation. Okay, so we're gonna add. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. All right. So we added our pepper back. All right, so you see it? And now we are going to, let me see if we are going to mix it all. All right. Mix it all. And earlier I said that you can taste it to see if it needs anything. So you can take just a little bit of that, water or whatever, and then just try it and see if it needs anything else. All right. So like, I already know this tastes good because I did it before. But anyways, you can do this at home. For those of you who don't have it, you could just, whatever you're adding, just try it and see. It tastes amazing balls. It tastes really good. So good. And you can taste the garlic, everything. Like it's really good. Really good. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to let it boil.
Did we lose you?
I'm back. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're back. Okay, we got you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So now
Don't
we
be.
have fresh thyme. Okay, we're gonna let fresh thyme boil into our water. Okay, so let me show you guys. One
So
second. Okay, so right here we're gonna put our fresh thyme in there, and we are going to let it boil, and we are going to cover it up. All right, now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and wash our quinoa. Quinoa is just like rice. All right, it takes a lot of water depending on the quinoa that you're making or whatever, and you also want to wash it before you make it. Okay, so we're gonna do just that. Any questions, concerns, complaints?
we do have a question, a good question again from Denard. He's asking, do you have a brand of cookware you like to use, especially for your pots?
Oh, that's a good question,
Yeah.
Bernard. But I'm not gonna lie to you. The one that I'm using were gifted to us as a wedding gift. So I'm just gonna tell you that Belgique is my favorite right now because that's what I have.
What kind
If
of
that makes
free
sense.
advertisement is that?
Huh?
That was a very free advertisement for them.
But that's the one I like for now. But I do like Rachel. I don't know if you know her, but she cooks as well. I think she's
You
Hispanic.
talking about
I
Rachel
don't
Ray?
know. Yeah, Rachel Ray. I do love her stuff. I always wanted to get my hands on it because it looks really, really good. So if I had to pick something, it would be hers for sure. But right now we cooking with Belgique. Sorry, Belgique. Okay, so we are going to add our quinoa. This is exactly 1 cup of quinoa. I already measured it. We're going to add our quinoa. into this measuring cup, and we are going to rinse it out. This is how I rinse it out. So whatever's at the top, so let me show you guys. All right. Whatever stays on top is what I throw out. Okay.
Really?
So I'm going to show you. Yeah. Because usually, even if there's like, let's say there's things that are not, let's say it could be a piece of leaf or thread or whatever. Usually it'll just rise to the top. So whatever's at the top, I just throw out.
Are you saying whatever is at top as long as it's not quinoa, or even if it's like a floating piece of quinoa?
As long as it's not quinoa. That's a good one. As long as it's not quinoa, yes. Thank you for confirming. Let me just turn my camera so you guys can see. All right. Let me just take this phone. All right. So this is it right here. You see, there's some stuff on top. So I just throw it. And honestly, even if the quinoa falls, I don't care. I know it's kind of being wasteful, but simply because it's at the top. Hold on. And it's hard to get things that... You know what, Daph? I take that back, even if it's quinoa. Because it's really hard to not take the quinoas when they're on top, okay?
No, I feel you, bruh.
So we just gonna let it go for now. We're not being wasteful. It's just, it is what it is. Okay. All right. So now this is at its boiling point, and we are now going to add our quinoa to it. Give me 1 second. We're not going to let this go to waste. We're going to put it all in there, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. But I want you guys to see how the water is not too far off. You can kind of still see the quinoa. All right. It's not too far off. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to flip this camera again. And we are going to... Oops. Sorry. Okay. We're going to put the rest of the quinoa in there, okay?
So I know with cooking...
Yes.
I know cooking rice, there's a point where you look at the water and you can tell, all right, cool. With the quinoa, are you using the same process that you use to cook rice, or?
Similar, but the thing is with rice, different types of rice cooks differently. So if you're cooking jasmine rice or if you're cooking parboiled rice, it really depends on the type of rice that you're cooking. So for quinoa, quinoa can take a lot of water because you really want the grains to really just open up. So quinoa can take a lot of water. And even if have you ever had quinoa and then it's like you feel like you're eating like grainy things? It's because it haven't been cooked to its full capacity.
Okay.
So quinoa can take a lot of water. I feel like with the type of rice that I use, quinoa can take more than the rice. It depends on the type of rice.
Gotcha.
Right? Yeah.
So we have
go ahead.
It looks like a fellow cook is chiming in. It says, helpful tip for those of you who are hesitant of cooking quinoa on stovetop. You can use a rice cooker to cook it as well. You can season your water and it will be flavorful.
I completely agree. So now, thank you, Reginald, for the cooking tip. Okay, so I want you guys to see it. All right, it's boiling. The thing about quinoa is even if you cook it like on high, let's say, so let me show you guys right here. Even if you cook it on high, it'll be fine. Like with rice, you kind of got to bring the temperature down because you don't want your rice to boule. It could be the same thing with quinoa, but even when I cook quinoa on high, it's still fine. Once the way that you know that the quinoa is completely cooked is once you like literally have no more water left and stuff like that. And once you turn it, you'll see that the grains are open. Let me show you what I mean by that, okay? So this is how the quinoa will look once it's done cooking. So let me show you guys the quinoa. Sorry, I gotta change my camera setting. So right here, this is the quinoa. Are you guys able to see it?
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see right here, the grains are like, you can kind of see how it's open. Let me show you the difference between. All right, can you guys see it? My camera was lagging. I'm sorry. All right, so
I
I'm
mean,
gonna show you guys.
it was frozen on the quinoa for a little bit, or quinoa, as Denara keeps saying in the comments. So
Quinoa, but let me show you the difference. You see the grain of the quinoa?
mm-hmm.
Now I want you to see how it looks when it's all opened up. It looks like it has like rings around it. I don't know if you can see.
I can see some of the rings.
You
Yes.
see? Yeah, so that's because it's entirely opened up. That's the difference. So that's how it would look after 25 minutes of cooking your quinoa. Bam, that's how it should look. All right. And it's not super grainy, it's perfect and everything. Now, I want us to check up on as the quinoa is cooking, I want us to check up on the tofu. Okay, it's not done yet. We have about probably a good 30 more minutes before it's done.
You broke up a little bit.
Frozen, I'm back.
Before it's done?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You broke up a little
So
bit. How
the
long did you
quinoa
say?
is probably a good like 20, 25 minutes it should be done.
All right, so yeah, right now, so you've thrown you made the seasoning for the tofu, you've thrown in the oven to 400 degrees, and you've seasoned and made your water flavorful for your quinoa. What is there anything else for you to do here?
Yeah, so now what we're gonna do is I am going to make some, I'm just gonna cook some sweet corn on the stove. As you can see, hold on. Can you go back to my, oh wait, I gotta
No, we
fix the
can't,
camera.
because
Can
you
you
just
go
moved the
back to my
camera.
plate?
Okay, let's go on. We're going back to your plate. All right, we're back at your plate.
Okay, so if you look at the plate, you'll notice that I have 1 second. My phone is like dying. I'm just gonna put my phone right here, and then I'll just be on this camera. All right, so you can still be here, but I have the corn. All right, the pan a little, and then basically a salad underneath. I also have I'll show you guys.
Laura, if you can hear me, your connection for right now is breaking up.
Okay, just switch me over to the other camera.
So you want to stick with the computer screen?
I'll just be on my laptop.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. We're back. All right, we're back. Can you hear me now?
We're back. Yes.
Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna move on over to that side. Okay, so I'm going to make some corn. All right, we're gonna make half a can of corn, which is about half a cup of corn. Sounds better? Okay, perfect. All right, good. I'm glad it sounds better. Sorry, you guys. Okay, I was on my phone. All right, so we're gonna make half a cup of sweet corn. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook it on the pan. So let me just put this here so we can cook it. You guys can see me better? Sounds better. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So right here, we have our pan. I am going to add just a spoon of butter, and then we are going to cook our corn. Okay, give me 1 second. Butter, let me grab the butter. The thing about the corn is I want the corn to be sweet. So the only thing we're going to do is we're just going to kind of saute it on the pan with some butter, and that's it. All right. So I have Smart Choice, and we're just going to take a spoon of butter. All right, and then we're going to put it on the pan here, and we are going to let it cook, let it melt, and then we are going to add our corn. So if we look at our quinoa, the quinoa is cooking. It's looking good. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks good. It smells good too. Okay, it smells good. All right, so we have our corn. I have half a cup of corn in here. All right, let me put it in our cup in here. Give me 1 second. Any other questions? Not a lot, just enough for what we're making. I do want to say that our quinoa can literally make probably 4 bowls of quinoa if everyone gets like a spoon, like just one of these spoons right here. If everyone get like 1 huge spoon, it can literally cook for 4 or 3. All right, so perfect. Our butter is melting. It's melting, and we are now going to add our corn. We're not adding any seasoning, nothing like that. We just want the butter flavor, and we just want it to just cook a little and get a little color. We want a nice brown color, all right? So we're gonna let this cook. I'm gonna put it on speed heat, all right? And then we're gonna let it cook. Okay, so right here, now we are going to make our avocado. As this is cooking, we'll make our avocado ranch dressing, all right? So this is what you need. You need just a small avocado, all right? Small avocado. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this. Let me stir this a little bit. Go ahead and grab your avocado in the meantime. Grab your avocado.
Did you know avocado is not a vegetable? It's a fruit.
Around a little bit. I'm going to cover the quinoa back up. All right. What is the best cooking tip you could ever share? Make it your own, okay? Even if you're following someone's recipe, make it your own. Like if you want to add whatever you want to add to it, whatever you want to take away to it, just do it. Make it your own. That's what I would say. And you run the kitchen, okay? You run the kitchen. Don't let that stove run you. You run it. So that's what I would say. All right. Don't be scared. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's good. You run the kitchen.
All right. So let's make our avocado ranch, well, avocado dressing. So for that, we need a small avocado. Small avocado. Where's my avocado? Okay, right here. We need a small avocado. And then we also need some Greek yogurt. Bam. Okay. So we're gonna make it right here, my ninja. Let me rinse this out. Any other questions? All right, the corn is definitely cooking. Give me a second. Let's go back to the corn because it's popping here. Simply because it's on speed heat. That's all. Perfect. I want it to give me like that nice brown color just so that we can add even more color to our plate.
Here's a question coming in.
Pretty much done.
What's your
What's your must-have kitchen appliance if you had to pick one? Oh my gosh, a Ninja. Like literally, just because I love to blend herbs and stuff like that, I would say a Ninja. Like I have to have a Ninja. Eat the rainbow. Yes, eat the rainbow. We want our plate to have color. All right, so let's go ahead and do our avocado. And trust me, I have everything written down, so I'll send it to Sophie or Denard or Daph, whomever. So don't worry if you didn't write everything down or caught everything, it's fine. Okay, so let's look at the tofu. Tofu looking good, just gonna let it cook a little bit. All right. So here's to our avocado dressing. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this entire avocado. All right, so let's cut this entire avocado. So okay, cut this entire avocado. Okay, perfect. Let me wash my hands. And then now, all right, now we are going to use, where's my paper towel? All right. Okay, so we have our avocado. Hi everyone joining in. Thank you for joining. So we have our avocado. Hey. Okay. So we have our avocado. Now we are going to put a garlic clove. All right. So where's my garlic clove? I had it here. Give me 1 second. All right. So garlic clove right here. So we're going to put one of these in there. If you had one choice of ingredient for your food, oh my gosh, it would be turmeric. I love turmeric. It would be turmeric. It would totally be turmeric. That would be my choice. Hi, Denard, on both YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so this is our garlic clove. We're gonna add that in there, all right? And now we are going to add 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, okay? So here's my tablespoons, Greek yogurt. I put that in. Me too. I could literally put it in on everything, even my face. It literally gives you just that perfect glow as well. Okay. Sorry, I said 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. So 1, 2. Before I made this live, I literally cooked everything and measured my stuff and made it to my liking. So I have to look at my phone to make sure everything. Okay, so now perfect. So we have our Greek yogurt, we have our avocado, we also have our garlic, all right? So next what we're gonna do is we are going to use our measuring cup. We're gonna add just about half a cup of water to it, but in that half a cup of water, I am going to add half a tablespoon of sea salt and half a tablespoon of garlic. Okay, so we have this. We are going to bring it to 1.5. No, half. I'm sorry, half. We're gonna bring it to half a cup of water. Did I say half or 1.5? Okay, So 1/2 cup of water right here. I need just a tad bit more. Okay, team turmeric. Yes, I love turmeric. Oh, I love using my laptop better. I can actually see what you guys are writing. My phone, I was just talking to myself in deaf. All right, so I have 1/2 cup of water here. Now we are going to add half a teaspoon of sea salt and 1/2 teaspoon of, hold on, what did I say? Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We already added garlic, so don't worry about the garlic. So 1/2 teaspoon of salt right here. And then we have our garlic in here. And we are also going to add cilantro, okay? So cilantro. So I have my cilantro here from our garden. I went to go get it. So we're going to take some of my cilantro that I'm growing. I'm going to put like probably 2 stems. All right. So we're going to put this that much in there. See it? Bam, we're gonna add it in there. You're mute, Daph.
Hey, Laurie.
Huh?
I am mute. I'm still here. Actually, I won't still be.
I can't hear you. I'm tired.
Yes, I'm actually gonna be live stream real life right now. I'm actually gonna be bringing in Denard, and he will be moderating with me, or you for you actually. Denard's gonna be moderating for you.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's fine. Just text her.
I'll text you.
Okay, so I started with this spoon I have here, and I am going to put my water with my salt, with my sea salt in there, and I'm going to add it in here. Okay. And then now we are going to blend it. So in here we have cilantro, we have Greek yogurt, we have a garlic clove, and then we have water with sea salt. And I'm also gonna add just a tad bit of garlic. I know I added a garlic clove, but I'm just gonna add just a little bit of garlic because I did before when I made it. Just 1/4 a teaspoon. I added some garlic powder and garlic clove. It wasn't strong, so you'll be fine. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and blend it. All right, so let's bring the camera. Let's turn it around. All right, perfect. So I want to show you guys the creamy consistency. See how it looks? And you can literally taste it. Like I'm gonna just taste the top. It tastes really good. Really, really, really good. Let me just clean my hands. Okay, so we have our dressing. We have our corn ready. Our quinoa is about done. And also we have, Denard, it's been past an hour, right? So should I show them like the end result? It's been past an hour.
You're good. Just keep going. You're good. Just keep going. It's your time.
I can't hear you.
Hold on.
I don't know why I'm not able to hear you. Okay. Say something now. I feel like I hear background.
Oh, I was saying you're good. You can keep going.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry if I took longer than expected. Oh my gosh. Let me show you guys the quinoa. The quinoa is pretty much done. You guys see it? It looks so pretty. You can see all the grains have opened up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I could see it on my end. So I want to show you guys. It's perfect, no water. And I've literally been cooking it on sort of high. Well, if you have numbers, it's probably like at a 6 as far as like the speed and volume. All right, perfect. So now, before we finish off with our quinoa is done, our tofu is still cooking because it takes about a good hour to cook, which is fine. We'll let that cook, but I already have tofu that's already done, so we're going to use that to make our bowl. All right, so first, we have this bowl here. What we're going to add at the bottom is we are going to add some spinach. Okay, so I'm going to grab some spinach. Just give me a second. I'll be back. We go to the fridge. All right, so some spinach. We're going to wash some spinach. I put about like a huge handful. So like just a big handful of spinach in that bowl. So we're going to wash it, okay? This is already made quinoa. Okay. Wash our spinach. So we have this right here. Okay. All right, so we have our spinach right here in our bowl. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add all of our ingredients right on top, okay? So first, our quinoa is all done. Okay, it's all done. But I'm gonna just let that sit a bit. We already have quinoa that's already made, that I made before. So we're just gonna take a spoon filled with quinoa and we are going to add it to our bowl. All right, so add some quinoa. Make sure you remove your thyme and stuff with the stem, because all the thyme leaves will be done. Will be in the quinoa. All right, so you want to add your quinoa. Okay. Now, what I love to add is my corn. I like adding my corn right next to my quinoa. Okay, so we're going to add our corn right here. All right, we see the corn. Okay, so next, what we are going to do is we are going to cut our cucumber, because I added some cucumbers on there. Thanks, Sophie. It really tastes good. It really tastes good. All right, so I have my cucumber right here. I'm gonna add just this small piece, and we're gonna cut our cucumber. Let me just grab another knife. All right. Let me clear this area. Too much going on. All right, so just give me 1 second, and we will continue. Just look at the bowl in the meantime. Okay, so we're gonna cut our cucumbers. I love adding color to the plate. So this is how I'm gonna cut the cucumbers. This is yogurt, so nothing wrong with it. All right, so we're going to use all of that. We are going to add it. You want to add it to a place where you're not going to have just like green showing, okay? Because we want it to be colorful and we want everything to just mesh well. All right, so we added our cucumbers. Now we are going to add some tomatoes, all right? So give me 1 second. I'm going to grab our tomatoes. Let's look at the bowl again. BRB. Okay, so I have some flavor. I have some colorful and sweet and flavorful tomatoes. So I'm going to use all these different colors. I also have some orange tomatoes. I have some yellow tomatoes, some red tomatoes, some dark red. All right. We're going to add all of these in there. Okay, so let's rinse our tomatoes. All right, so we have our tomatoes. We're going to cut them in half just like that. Okay, and then we're going to place them right next to the cucumbers, all right? But we don't want to place them in the middle because we're going to add some red onions in the middle, all right? Yes, more antioxidants. Okay, we have our yellow tomato. So just cut your tomatoes. You'll pick cucumbers over mango. Oh, I can't really. Who will pick cucumbers over mango? Denard? Oh, it's my favorite fruit. Oh. Really? Cucumbers? Oh my gosh, but if you love cucumbers, you can make like some olive oil, some lemon with some sea salt and pepper, and then add that on top of your cucumbers. It'll be so good. Okay, so I want you guys to see that so far. Okay, so now we are going to add our red onions. I'll say that I added about 1/4 of an onion. Okay, so 1/4 of an onion. And the reason why I pick the purple one is because I just want it to have color. So we're going to add that right in the middle. See it? All right, so now I did say you guys, thank you. I did say you guys can like put your own, add your own cheese. I love feta cheese, so I'm gonna add some feta cheese here, and then our tofu is going to go right next to our quinoa. All right. All right, the tofu's about done, honestly. 1 second, let me show you guys the tofu. It looks great. It's about done, so we're gonna take it out. Okay, so let me grab it. All right, so we are going to add our tofu. Let me just turn them. Let me show you guys the tofu. It's on top of a cutting board in here. You see, it's not breaking apart. It's pretty much firm. Perfect. Okay, so everyone. Oh yes, so how we can order after your segment. Yes, I'll tell you guys how you guys can order the ippies once we're done. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna grab another spoon. All right, so we're gonna grab our tofu. I don't like soggy tofu, so I like when it's like cooked and, you know, firm and it doesn't taste like soggy. I just don't really like soggy stuff. All right, so right here, we're gonna put our tofu right here. I love the yellow, and the yellow's from the turmeric that I added as well. And then now we're going to add our feta, but let's make sure this is nicely decorated. Okay, so I want you guys to see it. See the angles. All right, the different angles. Is there a difference in taste between yellow and red tomato? No, honestly, I don't. They're all sweet, wild tomatoes. They all taste the same to me, personally. So let me try it in front of y'all. The yellow one is so sweet. It has like, you know how like when you drink champagne, like that aftertaste of a champagne, that's kind of like what the aftertaste, because it's so sweet. It kind of tastes like it's fermented. I'm not gonna, it tastes the same. The yellow one was a bit sweeter though, but it honestly all tastes the same. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the feta cheese. Give me a second. So I have here, I have here feta, but this feta has garlic and herb. Okay, so we're gonna add that to the side. Let me just, all right. So we're gonna grab just a spoon. All right. Can you guys see it well? I'll show you guys the end. Don't worry. So I'm gonna put my feta right here. You can add as much cheese as you want. I personally love cheese, so. See it? Okay, now to top it off, we are going to put our guac dressing on top. Okay, so we're gonna mix it. And then we are going to add our guac dressing on top. Perfect. Can you guys see it? 1 second. And then I'm gonna bring my laptop to my table just so you guys can see it better. And then, hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me grab a spoon. I'm gonna mix it all in so you guys can see the final product. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Okay, can see it? I want to show you guys the one before the dressing on top, and then the one with the dressing. This is the one with the dressing. Let me show you guys the one without the dressing. With the dressing, without dressing. Okay, so then, 1 second. Let me grab my jar. Okay, so we're done. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do to eat it. It's a bowl, so you can mix it all together, you guys. Like literally mix it all. The onions, the quinoa, the corn. It's so good, so good. The creamy taste from the avocado, amazing. So this is it, you guys. Here's our quinoa bowl. You have your spinach, you have your tofu, you have your sweet tomatoes, pretty much have everything. So to conclude, if you guys would love to get my ippies, I have 3 flavors. I have the general ippies, which I made this with. I made the quinoa with it, and I also made the tofu with it. You guys can get them. They're $15 a jar. You're eating that on my face. Sorry, Sophie. I won't eat it no more. I won't eat it. But they're $15 a jar, so you can get them. There, I have creamy turmeric. I have creamy green, and I have the general. So it's really up to you what you prefer, or you can get all 3 and try all 3 flavors. They all taste different. It really is bon. I'm not even gonna lie. It's really good. It's good. It's good. So yeah, any questions for me? Any questions? Any concerns? Any? I don't know. Do you guys have anything else for me? Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in with me and cooking with me. Let me see if any questions, any questions? I'm assuming it was thorough enough that everyone understood. So no questions, but I will leave my my email. If you do want to order ippies, you can literally just hit what's your fave ippies, all of them. They're all different. Literally, they're all different. If you want a spicy kick, the creamy turmeric with a kick has a spicy kick. If you want just herby, garlicky flavor, the general is very it's all the greens that you can think of, including turmeric and etc. And if you want the creamy green, my husband literally eats it with anything, the creamy green, he eats it as a dip. He'll just eat it like that. Like it's just that good. What do you use your ippies for? So ippies is used to me personally, because it's not your traditional Haitian ippies. So I'll use it as a dressing. So like my creamy turmeric with a kick, I'll use it as a dressing for my bowl. I'll also use ippies to make rice. I use ippies to marinate my fish, to season my chicken, to make my rice, quinoa, anything that you can think of. Hardest thing you ever cooked? Ooh, that's a good question. Hardest thing I had to cook as far as labor, or hard because it took long, and it was just my first YouTube video, which is when I'm making 2 35-pound salmons and 10 little small fish. That was probably really hard, simply because it took me the entire day to make. So if you haven't seen that before, go ahead. I do have a YouTube page. So it's called Laurie's Cooking Show, and you'll find different videos on there. But I would say that was the hardest thing I had to cook, simply because it was just me cooking all of that by myself. And those 2 different 35-pound salmons, I had to cut them, everything. It was so tedious, and my husband was recording me. It was for my first channel, my first video on my YouTube channel. So that was hard. Do you plan on selling anything else in the future? Ooh, that's a good question. In the future, I would love to have my own, I don't know, salmon at Publix or something, or just anything, food that you can just buy, my own home cooked meals already prepped. You can just pop it in the microwave and make it. That's the future. Will you be back for another segment? Yeah, if you guys want me to come back. Sorry, we had technical difficulties and my phone was messing up and everything, but definitely, yeah. Don't know about this. Want to be there for the next one. All right, thank you, Stella. I definitely should. Oh, okay, that's between your dressing book. Ooh, can you elaborate, Klojman, for me with your dressing and in book? Very thorough. Thank you, Will Smith, for that. I'll wait for Klojman to elaborate a little bit more. Yeah, just let me know what you guys want me to make next. Another segment, another time, if it's okay with the Circle Church. That's totally fine with me. What do you mean by your dressing in book? As far as book, like you mean cookbook? What's your go-to dish? Go-to dish would have to be, I'm not gonna lie, quinoa is one of them because I'm trying not to eat rice. And quinoa has just a little bit less carbs than, rice. But I would say salmon. I love salmon. I'll marinate just like you saw in my YouTube video, like huge salmons, and I'll cut them and I'll have them in my freezer for like a good month. And whenever I want to make them, bam, take it out, pop it in the, oven, and that's it. So I just love pre-seasoning my stuff so that whenever I want to cook them, but that's like a go-to meal, or mac and cheese. Yeah, that's a go-to. Everything, Sophie. I don't know. I just love everything. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, I'm seeing that cream. Yes, I'm gonna make a video on that cream of corn. That's gonna be my next video. The next items for sale. I saw you wrote book. I mean, I would love to have a cookbook one day. Your dressing, next items for sale. Honestly, I'm just focusing on these ippies. It takes so much time. Like, I had to pray over these recipes. So every time I make them, they're the same because I'm not one who usually measure things when I cook. So that was a hard task for me. And I'm just focusing on those three because I do want to venture out and do different things as well. Yes, would love for you to join us again on Collective Core. Sophie will be in touch. Yes, perfect. Mac and cheese, yes. Yeah, but if you guys want more, you just want to see, I know this was all over the place because it was live, but honestly, on my YouTube channel, it's more put together. So you guys can watch my YouTube channel if you want. Yeah.
Hey, Laurie.
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely a great opportunity to see what you have a passion for. Right. And it was also interesting to see your smile when you were asked, like, what would you like to do for the future? But as an opportunity to incorporate your faith, I heard you use words like blessing, and you had to pray over these things. How has cooking allowed you to share your faith or increase your faith?
Right. To increase my faith, I don't know, like, I'm someone who pray about like every little small things, even if it's like my hair. If I want a hairstyle, I'm like, oh my gosh, God, like, please let it look right or whatever. Or like, oh my gosh, let this food come. Like, I had to even pray with Daph before I did this. It's simply because it's like, you never know. There's always just things that you didn't hope for, like curveballs that you didn't hope for that just happens. Like my phone acting up, my phone dying, me connecting, so anything can happen. So to me, it has literally taught me to just let go and let God. And one way that I use, like, my YouTube channel, I'll put like quotes, biblical quotes at the end on certain episodes, just so, because I never know who's watching, so it's like, man, maybe what if this video is that last video that someone will watch. So I want it beneficial, where it's like, okay, you're not only being fed physically with these food, but also spiritually. So I try to incorporate that for sure.
Yeah. And also you did mention, so with following your stream of thought, you said, as we were about to get to a close here, there's a couple of things I did hear that you noted that you're of Haitian descent, and also that you are your profession of current choice is you're a teacher, right. You're married. So there's a lot of attributes that describe who you are. But as someone that has seen your family's progression, I also know that there has been difficulties along the way to get to where you're at. So what would you say for someone that wants to do this amazing dish, but they may not have the resources or may not have the what they feel is like the level of education and things of that nature? As a teacher and as a woman of faith, what would you tell someone how to increase and have their jar of health, so to speak, and do these dishes at home?
Right. I would say never be afraid to ask, be vulnerable, because you'll be surprised. Like sometimes I'm an extrovert, so I love talking to people, but for people who are introverts and it's not your personality, within your personality to ask for things or reach out to people, but don't be afraid to reach out. Like you never know who's out here to help. I love helping people, hence why I made this YouTube, not to benefit from it or not to gain anything back, simply because I love to teach and help. So, if you are out there and you feel like you're struggling and cooking is not your forte, like literally I've had friends who call me at midnight just to help them cook a meal. Like, so I don't mind. Like if you want to call me, you can call me and I'll help you too. So, I just love to help. So don't be afraid to ask, it's taking that leap of faith. You'll be surprised who's out there and who's willing to help. But closed mouth don't get fed. So if you keep your mouth shut, you'll be surprised. You won't get nowhere. But if you open up and you're willing to just, ask, you'll be surprised where that leads you. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. As we're about to close out, no pun intended, with closed mouths don't get fed, especially on this cooking show. Definitely made us hungry. And also you did a great job in the midst of the technological difficulties. I believe we all realize that we're in a transition. So I thank everyone for bearing with us. And I thank you for one huge takeaway I personally had from everything you said is nothing's too small to pray about. A huge takeaway, and not to over spiritualize this, but like, I don't remember when I prayed. I remember praying that I didn't mess this dish up, or praying that I didn't burn the house down.
Right.
But I don't recall actually praying over the list of ingredients that I had. And to hear that someone that has such a high recommendation from Daph, Sophie, and others, and have taken ultimately what I'm saying is that small thing that you did, I would venture out to say that had helped you take this leap of faith to start your own YouTube channel. Because as we close out, I just do want you, because you use some words, vulnerability. I saw the smile that eclipsed your face as we asked you, what do you plan to do in the future? Talk to us a little bit about that first time you were ready to launch, like the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts that were going through your mind. Bring us back to that point before we close out.
Oh my gosh, like my stomach was turning like the night before, because the thing is, you get to upload it and pick a time that you're gonna, release it. Oh my God, I would just reach out to my husband and say, oh my goodness, like, could you pray with me again? Like, it was just, because the thing is, it's like, will people watch, like, will people think I'm saying too much, or will my bubbly character just be too, or, I just didn't know. And it was literally like, the one thing I'll say is that I'm really like on Instagram all the time. I'm always posting any and everything. So it's like, I've had a lot of people who reached out to me, and like random people who would say like, hey, like, this is going to be big. Like, I don't know, but I have a feeling, and I felt like in my spirit that I had to tell you this. So it's like, I had people, because I didn't keep my mouth shut, in the sense where I expressed that I wanted to do this. And it's like, I started off slow, where I would just show videos of me cooking on my Instagram story, and people would be like, oh my gosh, like, you got to do YouTube. You got to do YouTube. Like a little question poll, like, would you watch if I do it? And literally it was like at night. In the morning when I woke up, it was like over 50 people like writing me and telling me, yes, like I would do, like we would and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? But even though they said they would, it was just like still hard. One video will take me like 7 hours to edit. So it's like a lot of work. And it's like, it's a lot of work, and we could film like 40 videos, and let's say each video is like 5 minutes long or 7 minutes long. I had to fit all of that into like a 20-minute video. So it's a lot of work, but I would have to say the emotions I felt were enormous, and I felt like my stomach was just like, I don't know, it was just such a weird feeling, because it's like, man, like, you are literally publicizing your life, your home to everyone, the way you do things. Everyone has different ways of cooking. What if they don't like the way I cook? What if they're judgmental? But I praise God. It's been literally all positivity. My first video ever that I released about just a month ago has over 500 views. So I'm like really excited that people have like, you know, tuned in and subscribed and stuff. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, we're thankful.
The turmoil that I felt in my stomach, the joy that I felt afterwards just don't compare, you know? So I'm just super grateful.
Yeah. Awesome. And as we close out, just to endeavor to continue your icebreakers, I think we can close out with one simple icebreaker. What is your favorite? And I'll throw this question out to you, and then anyone that is on live can comment. What is your favorite tool to use in the kitchen, or cookware that you like to use in the kitchen? Like, what's your go-to?
A non-stick pan and a Ninja.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate when food sticks to the pan, so I love a or a cast iron, like cast iron or non-stick pan, or that would be like my go-to in the kitchen.
Awesome. So I just want to put this out there. I think people here have also seen you say this, but you did say that you would be open to returning. I did also see that you did put yourself out there to be what she suggested is as a cooking coach. So you made yourself available, being that you're a teacher. And then I also did say that you are welcoming people to encourage you on this journey, as you do what you would love to have, like a piece of your creations in a store or a chain. Like a salmon with your earpiece together. So there's a lot.
Like, you know how Chick-fil-A got their sauce? I want my sauces too, you know, like.
Okay. Awesome. And I think we can do that. There's a comment saying that their favorite is a cast iron non-stick as well in the Vitamix. And then we also have Sophie saying that she's the Ninja blender. And so as we close out today, I just want to encourage everyone to know that she started small. She exposed her vulnerabilities to us all. But one thing she did say that she mentioned that helped her along the way is that she had a partner, someone. She had also people encouraging her. And then I hope this has been a huge opportunity to get away from all the COVID-19 implications, to get something fun to do, to elevate your limbos. And then also I want to say thank you to our original host, Daph. He's irreplaceable. I want to say thank you to Sophie, our coordinator. But most importantly, can you give us the name of your show again and your YouTube?
Laurie's Cooking Show. Very simple. My name, Laurie's. So with the capital, with the apostrophe S, so Lauri. Let me write it. Can I write it at the bottom?
Yeah.
Laurie's Cooking Show. Trust me, it's very detailed. Like, so it'll help. Awesome. Yeah.
And Sophie's just in love with everything you're doing. And then also, you also provided a way to contact you if anyone wanted to place an order for the earpiece, correct?
Yeah, here's my email.
Okay.
Let me write it down there.
Awesome.
And you know what I'll do, just because I feel it in my spirit and I just
come on now.
Giving. I will give, I don't know how we'll do that. I see that there's 8 viewers. I'll give one earpiece to one of the viewers. I'll ship one to one of the viewers. So
let me throw out a question real quick to the viewers. Real quick. Let's see. What did Laurie say her go-to dishes? And I'll give actually a minute. We're at wherever you're at, Eastern Standard Time. If you have a minute to put it in the comment, and we'll allow Laurie to tell us if you're right or wrong. Okay. So again, the question is, what is Laurie's go-to dish? And I'll give a little hint. She was asked that question by Sophie.
All right.
All right, we have a comment. First person to put a comment.
Okay, yeah. Quinoa salmon. Okay, perfect.
All
You
right.
know what? I'll be sending it to Stella and Sophie. How about that?
Oh, wow.
Thank
Wow.
you.
This is the day of giving, ample giving. All right.
The day of giving. So you guys can tell me which one you want. I have the general green épice. I have the creamy turmeric with a kick, or the creamy green.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Any last words that you would like to share with anyone? If you have anything on your mind that you felt like you didn't get a chance to say about everything in regards to the ingredients or in regards to enjoying the meal, is there anything last thing that you would like to let us know?
No, I feel like I said everything. If you do feel like if you wanted more of like a thorough, because I know some of you guys came in late. If you want me to like, send you what I put, the ingredients or whatever, just reach out.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, all good.
Can I say one thing? Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Dinar. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Daph. And lastly, I would say to just go with peace, because I know it's a time where everything is unpredictable. We started off here with a 2020 vision and everyone was super excited, and then it's like bam, we had to all just sit down and be at home for months now. So just be at peace and know that, just trust the process. Like, God is still in control. Whatever you guys may be going through, whatever your family situations may be, if you lost someone during COVID, just know that God is still in control and he has your best interests. So, yeah.
Awesome. Actually, you just segued to the best way that I thought we could actually close this out. Is since you pray over ingredients, do you mind praying over us and with us? Go ahead.
Any special prayer requests before we just end? Anyone has any prayer requests before we close out?
Let's see if we have any prayer requests. I will say that as you are already aware, for I and my family, we're actually, my wife is 37 weeks and 2 days now, older.
Oh my God.
And so we're like we're literally, thank you, on the way. So if you can keep our family in prayer, specifically our son Canaan and Older in prayer.
Yes.
That
Kaylin?
Kaylin,
the name?
Canaan.
Okay, oh, that's cute. That's so cute. Okay, well, congratulations. How do you feel? You're going to be a father.
Oh, I get that a lot. Right. My excitement is actually, what's the best way to say it? It's just like when you were pressing your first button to go live. I don't know what to expect or how to expect it, but there's little hints and things as we go that actually keeps me excited, watching Will Smith and his son, and also hearing just the two of us and seeing the opportunity for me to, during this COVID-19, stay at home and watch my wife's belly grow and her grow as a woman of God. And also just like, she literally texted me today saying that she still cannot believe it. So
that's beautiful.
Thank you. I will also ask that if you can keep, there's individuals within the community here that had tested positive for COVID-19, and they had felt some shame and guilt. Keep also the Circle Church. We're doing a Bible study series that we're about to go into a season of fasting and praying. So keeping the Circle Church in prayer as well. So not to provide an ingredient list of prayer requests, but but basically those are the three things I would say: my family, Circle Church's Bible study, and then also those that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Yes. Okay. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Let me see. I don't see any prayer requests. I'm guessing a lot are unspoken.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Perfect. So let us bow our heads and close our eyes. Dear loving Father, we just want to thank you, Father God, for this moment. Thank you for allowing us to spend this time during this COVID-19, Lord, to come together electronically, Father God, and just cook and have fun and talk about you and talk about ingredients, dear God. At this moment, I want to lift up the Circle Church, dear Lord. I thank you for their ministry. I thank you for reaching out to different individuals. I want to pray specifically for Daph and Sophie and Denard, Lord, as they continue to maneuver through this, Lord. I thank you for allowing them to reach out to me. Lord, I want to pray for Denard's prayer request, Lord. First and foremost, I want to pray for his wife, dear God. She is 37 weeks and 2 days. So baby Canaan will be appearing very, very soon. So Lord, I pray that you will bless the doctors that will touch her. I pray that you will bless the hospital that she will enter. I pray that you will bless her husband, dear God. I pray that Canaan will be a man after your own heart, dear Lord. I pray that you will continue to bless the family as they grow. I pray that Denard will continue to have this smile on his face, dear God, as Canaan comes. I pray that they will be the perfect pair for Canaan, dear Lord. Continue to bless them. Allow Olda to have just a perfect delivery, dear God, especially since this is COVID-19. I don't know if she's having a home birth or hospital birth. Lord, I pray that wherever she will be, that you will keep her covered. And I pray that, Father God, the baby will be healthy, not just the baby, but I pray that Olda will be healthy and ready to nurse Canaan. I pray that Denard will play his role and will continue to be a father figure and a husband and everything else, dear God. I pray that you will be with those who have been tested positive with COVID-19, with COVID, dear God. I pray that, dear Lord, you will just allow them to know that it's okay. It's a time where majority are being tested, and I pray that they will feel no shame. I pray that they will find the perfect just remedies, dear God, to recuperate, dear God. I also pray for Julie's brother who has been in ICU for so long, Lord. I pray that you'll continue to cover him as well. I pray that, Father God, you will just have angels encamped around our house with us when we leave. I pray that you will also be with the Circle Church, their ministry, anything that I may have forgotten, dear God. I pray that you will just continue to remain with us. Be with every viewers, dear Lord. I pray that you'll be with everyone who came, left, or who are still here. I pray that you'll continue to bless them, Lord. And when all is said and done, Father God, I pray that when with whatever we may do, Lord, I pray that it will just bring you glory. And I pray that when all is said and done, that we will just be ready for your second coming. Continue to be with us, guide us, protect us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. All good things come to an end, everyone. Thank you again, Laurie. And thank you for sharing your skill sets with us and giving us one of the key ingredients to making a happy meal in the home is prayer. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
All right, bye, you guys. And Stella and Stokes for Stella, because I don't know Stella. Stella, if you could just like write me on Facebook and give me your address and tell me the whichever piece you want. And Sophie, you could just text me and tell me which one you want, and I'll mail that out.
Awesome.
Right. Bye,
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.